Hello, my dear students. You must have visited far places, long journeys by bus or train. So this would be good opportunity to meet new people. Yes, we come across many co-passengers and we remember few of them because of their uniqueness. Now I will introduce an interesting story about two blind passengers. Read the story. I had the train compartment to myself up to Rohana. Then a girl got in. In this story, there is a boy who was traveling to Dehra and he was sitting in a compartment of a train and he was going to Rohana. At the same time, a girl came there in that compartment and the couple who saw her off were probably her parents as they seemed anxious about her comfort. Woman gave the girl detailed instruction as to where to keep her things, when to lean out of the window, and how to avoid speaking to strangers. After giving her such instructions, they called their goodbyes and now train pulled after the station. As I was totally blind at the time, my eyes were sensitive only to light and darkness. I was unable to tell how the girl looked like, but I knew she wore slippers by the way they slapped against her heel. I liked the sound of her voice and her slippers. The narrator of this story is blind and he can feel only darkness and the bright light. As narrator was blind, so he could not see the girl, only he listened the voice of the sleepers of the girl. The narrator asked a question to that girl. Are you going all the way to Dehra? I must have been sitting in the dark corner because my voice startled her. She gave a little exclamation and said, I did not know anyone else was here. Narrator thought his voice would frighten the girl, so he sat quietly in the corner of that compartment, but girl did not notice him. It often happens that people would with good eyesight fail to see what is right in the front of them. They have too much to take in, I suppose, whereas people who cannot see or see very little have to take in only the essential whatever registered tellingly on their remaining senses. I didn't see you either, I said, but I heard you come in. I wondered if I would be able to prevent her for discovering that I was blind, provided I keep to my seat. I thought it shouldn't be too difficult. Then narrator says many people who have eyes cannot see the things placed in front of them. So those who are blind or who have little sight, they only uses their sense to notice the things. He replied to the girl, I did not notice you, but I heard the voice when you come in. Narrator does not want to tell the girl that he was blind and he doesn't see anything. After this, the girl said, I'm getting off at Saharanpur. My aunt is meeting there. So, where are you going? She asked. To Dehra and then to Mussoorie. The narrator replied, Oh, how lucky you are. I wish I was going to Mussoorie. I love hills and especially in October. The narrator said that he was going to Mussoorie. The girl also replied that I could go there too. Yes, this is the best time, I said, calling all my memories. The hills are covered with wild dahlias. The sun is delicious. At the night you can sit in front of log fire and drink coffee. You must of the visit tourists have gone and roads are quiet and almost deserted. Yes, October is the best time. On hearing this, the narrator started telling him this is the best time to go Mussoorie and hills are covered with wild dahlias. The sun is delicious and night you can sit in front of a log fire and enjoy coffee in that season, and the October is the best time to visit Mussoorie. Let's see what happened next. She was silent. I wondered if my words had touched her and whether she thought I was a romantic fool. Then I made a mistake. The girl was sitting quietly, listening to the narrator and did not utter any word. So after that, writer started thinking himself crazy when he did not get any reply from that girl. And he asked a question to that girl, what is it like outside? She seemed to find nothing strange in this question. Had she noticed already that I could see, but her next question removed my doubt. When the girl did not reply, the narrator thinks that maybe the girl came to know that I can see. Instead of answering this question, the girl asked him, "Why don't you look outside by yourself out of the window?" I moved easily along the berth and felt for the window ledge. The window was open and I faced it, make a pretense of studying the landscape. I heard the panting of engine, the rumble of wheels, and in my mind's eye I could see telegraph posts flashing by. Then narrator slips from his seat and moves towards the window and start pretending to look out the window. And he replied, I heard the sound of engine and thunder of wheels, and I could see the telegraph post passing through my mind's eyes. The interesting part of the story is both characters are blind and both are pretending to be able to see and answering each other's question in such a way that they are able to see outside view. So let's read the further story and see what is happening in next. Have you noticed I ventured that the trees seem to be moving while we seem to be still standing? That always happens, she said. Do you see any animals? Then narrator replied, No, I answered quite confidently. I knew that there were hardly any animal left in the forest near Dehra. I turned from the window and faced the girl, and for a while we sat in silence. Here the narrator could not see, but he faced the girl, and then again he started with a new question. You have an interesting face, I remarked. I was becoming quite daring, but it was safe remark. Few girls can resist flattery. She laughed pleasantly, a clear ringing laugh. Raises the girl's face and says, Your face is very interesting. The girl laughed after hearing this, and her laughing voice is perfectly clear and heard. The narrator believes that only few girls are happy to hear their praise, so he gave a safe remark to that girl. The girl said, It's nice to be told I have an interesting face. I'm tired of people telling me I have a pretty face. He said that people always call him pretty face, but this is the first time that someone has called her interesting face. Oh, so you have a pretty face? I thought, and aloud I said, Well, an interesting face can also be pretty face. It now, the author is speaking his impression on that girl and says your face can be interesting and pretty both. Let's read next. You are a very gallant young man, she said, but why are you so serious? Time the girl is praising that young man and calling him brave. Gallant means brave, and ask a question to her that why he looks so serious. I thought then that I would try to laugh for her, but the thought or laughter only made me feel troubled and lonely. We will soon be at your station, I said. Thank goodness, it is a short journey. I can't bear to sit in a train for more 2 or 3 hours. Says that your station will be coming soon, and the girl replies, Yes, I can't bear to sit in a train for a long time, so I don't feel good. So that time paragraph, the narrator said, Yes, I'd prepare to sit three for almost any length of time just to listen to her talking. Her voice had the sparkle of a mountain stream. As soon as she would leave the train, she would forget our brief encounter, but it would stay with me for the rest of the journey and for the time after. Time narrator thinks that he can sit in the train for a long time to listening her, and narrator feels that her voice is like a mountain stream and she will forget their little journey, but narrator will remember this journey forever. The engine's whistle shrieked and the carriage wheels changed their sound and rhythm. The girl got up and began to collect her things. I wondered if she wore her hair in a bun or if she was plaited. Perhaps it was hanging loose over her shoulder, or was it cut very short? When the station come, the engine is whistling loudly and all the passengers start collecting their luggage, and the girl also got up and began to collect her things. The narrator thinks about the girl's hair, whether they are plaited, loose, or very short hair. Train drew slowly into the station. Outside, there was the shouting of the porters and vendors, and a high pitched female voice near the carriage door. That voice must have belonged to the girl's aunt. When the train entered into the station, the same time he listened the voice of a female, and that was girl's aunt. Girl said goodbye to the narrator. She was standing very close to me, so close that perfume of her hair was tantalizing. I wanted to raise her hand and touch her hair, but she moved away. Only the scent of perfume still lingered where she had stood. There was some confusion in the doorway. A man getting into the compartment stammered an apology, and then the door banged and the word was shut out again. I returned to my berth, the guard blew his whistle, and we moved off. Once again, I had a game to play and a new fellow traveler. Later, felt the fragrance of that girl's hair, and he wanted to touch her hair because all the blind person always feel the things by touching. So that time, she girl moved from that place, and a new fellow traveler came in that compartment. The train gathered speed, the wheel took up their song, and carriage groaned and shook. I found the window and sat in the front of it, staring into the daylight that was darkness for me. Leaving the station, the train picked up the speed, and the narrator is feeling very bad, and he looked out from the window, but as you know that he was blind, so this view is a darkness for him. Next, so many things were happening outside the window. It could be a fascinating game guessing what went on out there. The man who had entered the compartment broke into. Be disappointed, he said. I am not nearly an attractive or traveling companion as the one who just left. She was an interesting girl, as I said. Can you tell me? Did she keep her hair long or short? Talking to a new traveler, again the narrator asked a question to that person that she was an interesting girl. Can you tell me how she looks, whether her hair were long or short? Here the poet is very curious to know about that girl. So that person replied, I don't remember, he said. Sound puzzled. It was her eyes I noticed, not her hair. She had beautiful eyes, but they were no use to her. She was completely blind. Didn't you notice? The narrator got the answer that that girl was completely blind, and he's also a blind person, and a new traveler tell him that she had a beautiful eyes, and but there is no use of her eyes, she cannot see this beautiful world. This is the story of two blind passengers, both are pretending to be able to see. Hope you like this story. Thank you, have a nice day.